This is Rellekker. I spent almost 400 hours completing every task in Rellekka, followed by another 400 hours exploring the surrounding areas and islands, completing every task in a chunk before moving on to the next. The grinds a Onechunk account takes on are almost never optimal in a normal game setting, since we just have to get along with what we have in the chunks we have unlocked so far. But my latest chunk unlock, Xtreme, takes the crown for being the single worst death chunk I have rolled. So far I have gained over 120 levels here with very unoptimal methods. However, all of that pales in comparison to this. I am going to achieve something I have never done in this game. 99 smithing, and that's with access to an area around the same size as Lumbridge. Let's get this done. Welcome back everyone. I am severely running out of money. I made most of my gems to jewelry and I'm just selling them all here to Sigmund, and I think this should be about 2 million in cash. Fun little fact, Sigmund is actually better than most general stores. He buys for 50% of your high elk value instead of the 40% which is the usual for most general stores. So at least I have that going for me here in Rellekka, but yeah, I'm just gonna get back into selling all of these, and after that I've got a couple 100,000 ores to buy. And after a while this is the last of the batch, and that is everything, and we end up with 2.1 million just about, so that is really good. At least it will get me started here. That's not going to be enough for everything that I need. I still need, I think, like at least 15 million or something to buy all the 200,000 ores, but this is at least a decent start. And combined with our current cash stack, that is going to be almost 3.9 mil. So yeah, that's about 25% way there. Yeah, I'm poor. Alright, that will do it for a while. That's 88,000 coal bought, and we have 34,000 mithril just about, so that should be enough to smelt all of this. And I do need to save some money for the blast furnace costs. Obviously, this is not a free activity by any means, but 1 mil gets us almost 14 hours of blast furnace time, so that's pretty good. Luckily, I do have the coal back, and we don't have ice gloves, so I have to use the bucket of waters here, but that's okay. We just fill this up with coal, we fill our inventory with mithril, and we go, and we run. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, I do have Entity Hider on. I just can't be watching this many people running back and forth in the blast furnace all the time for the next, like, 40 hours or something, so I'm just saving my eyes a little bit. So without staminas or ice gloves, I'm getting about 67,000 XP per hour, which means about 2,000 bars per hour, which is actually much better than I thought it would be. So smelting all the 60,000 bars I have will take me around 30 hours, although I still do need to buy another 30,000 mithril and 40,000 coal ore. But yeah, it's honestly not that bad considering this is gonna get me to 98 smithing all the way. But if you have ever done blast furnace, you know this is prime Brainrot content. It's just mind-numbingly boring in my opinion, so this is gonna take me a while. And this should be the first level of the grind, which is gonna be pretty big. Level 90 smithing. We get into the 90s. We can now make rune scimitars. Beautiful. Rune arrowheads, rune spears, rune haste, dragonfire shields, dragonfire wards, dragonplate bodies, and Torva armor. That is a lot of shit. But yeah, it is nice to be in the 90s. Only 8 more levels to go. And yeah, I have smelted all the iron into steel bars that we have, and about 1/10 of the mithril bars that we have. So 9/10 more to go. It's going good, I think. And now that we can, let's go ahead and start the video off with a nice banger of a chunk task, which is going to be our best in slot weapon for the foreseeable future. First, that is the best in slot prayer bonus that we can get, a rune mace. Basically the exact same as an adamant mace that we had before, just more attack, I suppose. And then the highlights of the whole chunk, I think. The rune scimitar, an amazing melee weapon. Look at that. I could not be happier to have this melee weapon at my hands, because You know how good rune scimitars are, you know how iconic they are. They are the best weapon in the game, for the early game at least, and for me for quite a while before I get something better from... I have no idea where I would get a better weapon than this. Maybe the Brine Saber from the Brainrot after I reach level 42 Slayer, but that's gonna take a while. So, comparing it to the Rune Longsword that was our previous best in slot, it's just worse all around, except it is 1 tick faster. So it is a 4-tick weapon instead of a 5-tick weapon, which makes it superior in basically every other way. And it just looks so iconic, look at that. Now if I can get an easy clue and I can get a hilt for this thing, I'm gonna be so happy. Well, back to smithing, only 8 more levels to go and they are not gonna get themselves. You know you are too deep in the Xtreme Onechunk game mode when you can see chat messages like this. It's not good. It's really not good. Alrighty, another big level right here. 92 smithing already. That is rune full helms and rune throwing knives. And that is our best in slot ranged weapon, so to say. The rune knives are, at least per the chunk picker, our best in slot ranged weapon. Although we obviously have the amethyst darts and everything. So I don't think this is the best that we can do, but they say that it is. So here we go. That's a chunk task, kind of. And as you saw there, I have been doing some mithril plate bodies because I still need a lot of cash to get through this chunk. And that is 2,700 mithril plate bodies right there. And I still have 5,000 more to go right here, but yeah, I need to buy some more ores pretty soon. So these 2,700 mithril plate bodies are gonna be about 8.5 mil in high alch value, and as we know, the shop on Yetizo actually buys the mithril plate bodies for more than the high alch value, which is extremely rare in RuneScape. So this should be, I think, about 10 mil maybe in GP, which would be really good for me. That would maybe almost get me all the way to 98 smithing, I think. So at the moment I need 41,311 mithril ore and 52,883 coal, so almost a 100,000 ores. And the price tag for that is about 13.5 million, plus whatever the blast furnace is going to cost me, maybe about 2 mil or something. So I think about 16 mil is what I need. And that was the rest of my plate bodies, and we are just almost up to 10 million. So I still need to generate 5 to 6 mil GP from somewhere. Hello, Mr. 47 KS116, and whoever that was. Definitely real players here, as you can see. But anyways, I don't want to make anything out of rune. I want to do some mithril plate bodies right here. There's another boat right there behind me. But this should be another big level right here. Level 93 smithing. 5 more levels to go, and we can now make our best in slot range shield, which is the rune square shield. So let's go ahead and knock that chunk task out of the water. There we go. Rune Square Shield, as every other square shield in the game, does not give any negative ranging bonuses, which is why it is our best ranging shield. And it gives some decent bonuses in the defensive department as well, so it's not too bad. And this time I made sure to sell all of my mithril plate bodies as I was making them. I'm not sure if it's actually faster or not, but well, at least it felt pretty good. And we are just about almost to 16 mil GP, which is gonna be enough for the whole 98 smithing grind. So now I think I just need to go and buy some ores. We are at 15.9 mil to be exact, which is really good, and it's all going to be evaporated in just a second. Well, it is the next week. It has been quite the week. There's 48,000 mithril and 96,000 coal. Yes, you saw that right. That is all the way to 98 smithing banked. Oh my god, look at that number. Yeah, Shopscape is not the funnest part of the game in my opinion, but it's done, and I'm not proud of it. So that's gonna be just a bit above 50,000 mithril bars, and 33,000 of those bars should be made into arrow tips, and as well with the adamantite bars and the runite bars should be made into arrow tips, and that will get us to our fletching goal of level 90, and everything rest of the mithril bars, about 17,000 of them, should go into plate bodies, and that should be enough for 98 smithing and 90 fletching, and the chunk is completed. And I do think I still need some more money for the blast furnace cost, because I am a little bit broke at the moment. So yeah, getting some more plate bodies from this should be pretty good. And that is all of the steel bars made into plate bodies. That is a nice 220k XP and 33% towards our level 94. Took me just a couple of hours and now I gotta sell all of them to make enough money for the blast furnace costs. And I've got some other stuff to sell as well. All of these rune items from the ice trolls, granite shields, some weird Fremnik shields. I don't think I can even sell these, and some yak hide pants. I can't even remember why I have these. Yeah, I can't sell them. But I can sell the granite shields and the rune items and everything, and this should be a decent amount of money as well. So maybe we end up with about 4 mil or something in GP. Well, not exactly, but 3.778 million in GP, which is probably gonna be enough for the blast furnace. Now let's go ahead and make all the rest of those mithrils into mithril bars, and then we can get into some anvil smithing, which should only take me about 100 hours of AFKing, so expect a video maybe sometime in March. Today is a monumental occasion of a day, 40,000 mithrils left to go, and that is under 40,000 anymore. Not too bad, I guess. Not too bad. Why the fuck am I kidding my audience? I don't know. Hey, look, it's a level and it doesn't mean anything. Woo! 94 smithing rune warhammers, and we only have, let's see how many ores we have to go through. 31,000. Oh, Lord. So there should be at least one more level. So we get to 95 smithing from this, and then we need to anvil smith all of them into 98 smithing, which is going to be about 100 hours. I think I said that already, but it's going to be quite a while. Here is a fun blast furnace fact, or it's more of an opinion maybe this time, but Thumpy is the absolute worst of all of these dwarves. They are these 5 different dwarves who are operating the blast furnace. We have Dumpy, Stumpy, Pumpy, Numpty, and Thumpy. Pumpy is just a muscular god. Stumpy is a perpetual motion machine. Humpy makes sure the blast furnace doesn't turn into a Chernobyl. You know, people dumping millions of kilojoules worth of coal into it every minute. But whenever the belt breaks, Thumpy is like, oh no, oh shit, I gotta get up to work, dude. And he's delaying your ores by a few ticks. Nobody else does that but Thumpy. Like, what the hell am I paying him 60,000 coins per hour for? A normal god in Baroque would lose his mind if I gave him 60,000 coins. Okay, maybe that was more of a rant than an opinion or a fun fact. But here's a actual fun fact. The blast furnace was supposed to be the smithing guild of Gillinor, which we still don't have, I think. So, where's the smithing guild, guys? Definitely not here. Oh lord, it is only 13,000 ores left to go, which is just a bit above 6 hours. I think I might just go ahead and 6-hour log this, just, you know, raw dog it all the way to 0 mithril ore left. Another level, 95 smithing, and that's gonna be the last level that we get from smelting the boss. That's rune battle access unlocked, which doesn't mean really anything. But 95 smithing, man, that's only 3 more levels until 98. The 3 longest levels, obviously, but let's see, we only have 3,800 mithril to go. It should be done today. It should be done in a couple of hours. You, my lucky friend, are about to hear the loudest sigh of relief in your life, because these are the last mithril and coal ore that I'm ever going to deposit into this goddamn furnace. Throw some water on it and we are actually done. That is the last bit of mithril. Let's say it's in the bank. Whew. 50,426 mithril bars ready to go. 6,000 addy, 300 rune, 10,000 of gold. We had a lot of steel. We had even more mithril before we made some plate bodies. So it's safe to say I have made maybe 100,000 bars here, and I don't have staminas. I don't have ice gloves. It's not good. Oh yeah, Tizo, my old friend, it is good to be back here. If you recall, I did all the way from 1 to 88 smithing in Yatizo and Rellekka, going back and forth between the furnace in Rellekka and the anvil in Yatizo. And now I can just sit here and go through these bars, make them into arrow tips, and go to the bank and get some more. And I can actually fucking recline my chair all the way back here. Oh yes. So regarding the level 90 fletching grind that I still have ahead of me, I have been doing a little bit of math while I have been AFKing here. I need to make an additional 258,000 arrow shafts, 474,000 mithril arrow tips, and 88,500 adamantite arrow tips. I'm not gonna touch the rune bars at all at the moment, I just kinda wanna save them for something maybe in the future. But that is exactly 31,600 mithril bars that I need to make into arrow tips, and all the rest I can make into plate bodies. And also 5,900 out of the 6,000 adamantite bars that I have, I'm gonna make into arrow tips as well. I'm gonna save 100 of those if I need addy for anything in the future. So I can make a total of 3,760 mithril plate bodies, which will be a massive amount of cash yet again. So I'm not actually that poor at the moment, which is good. But yeah, making almost 40,000 bars into arrow tips like this, one at a time. That's gonna be one hell of a AFK session, I tell you. That's gonna be maybe like 100 hours, I think. So let's get to it. Big boy levels, 96 smithing rune chainmail bodies unlocked. That is big. That is actually a really huge level. 2 more levels to go. They are the longest levels by far, but that's already a massive, massive accomplishment. And as we do, let's make the rune chainmail body, which is our best in slot gear. For the, I think just overall, it's our best in slot body at the moment. So yeah, there we go. Comparing it to our previous best in slot being the adamantite plate body, this is quite a bit better. No negative ranging bonuses yet again, a little bit of negative magic bonuses, but a lot of defense bonuses as well. Especially in the crush department, it's a lot better than the addy plate body, plus 23 in there. So yeah, that's a big upgrade and I'm really happy about it. Do it the honors and drag it into its respective place on the best in slot list right there. Oh yes, the melee set is looking pretty nice. We just need the legs anymore and we are done with that. Yeah, let's get back to smithing. Well, here's a milestone for you. 10 million smithing XP. Oh, it's a beautiful number. And yet another milestone. These are the last plate bodies that I'm gonna make. 3,760 exactly. So that's all the plate bodies that we're gonna have. And we still have 22,000 mithril bars to go, which is a lot, obviously. But yeah, that's not too bad. We already have a 140k stack of mithril arrow tips. We just need to make that triple the size of that, a little bit more. And I also have a couple of lamps right here, which we are going to put into Slayer, and that is going to be level 8. Yeah, level 8 Slayer, and 1175 total as well. Nice. So yeah, Slayer is climbing steadily whenever I am not too AFK and I can actually catch a random event, but that's not too bad. Look at the stare in his eyes. Look at the stare. 97 smithing. Oh boy, one more level to go. We can now make rune kite shields, which doesn't really mean anything because we already have rune kite shields and granite shields. So yeah, that's not really anything. But one more level to go. 1,100,000 XP to go. That is... it is what it is. One more level and we are done. And there's also a lamp in the Slayer, and that's going to be level 9 Slayer already. Soon to be double digits in there as well. Pretty good. Another couple of lamps into Slayer, and that's going to be level 10 Slayer, which, funnily enough, we can now kill cave crawlers. And we do have cave crawlers inside our chunks. We have them right here in the Fremenic Slayer dungeon, right here at the entrance. So those are a collection log and also our best in slot boots for the time being. We were kind of missing a boots upgrade in this chunk anyways, so it's nice to get an upgrade there as well. But before we go there, 10% more and we are done with the smithing grind. Let's get it. Alright fellas, it has been quite a while. I don't even know about the hours at this point. Let's just say it's been a long ass time coming, but we are finally going to be done. The last mithril bar into arrow tips. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 98 smithing. What a momentous occasion. That also means we can now boost up to 99 smithing, and we can make our chunk task of making a runite plate body. There we go, look at that. Obviously we cannot use it before we do Dragon Slayer, which is not going to happen for a long while, but we have a rune plate body that we smithed ourselves. And obviously we do get an upgrade as well. We can make ourselves some runite plate legs, and that's going to be our best in slot plate legs. There we go, that's the rune plate legs done as well. 99 smithing, feels pretty good, man. Obviously, it's not, you know, a real 99, it's just a 98, but anyways. And I don't think there's anything else we can make. I guess we could make a rune two-hander, but we also have one already, and we don't really need a plate skirt for anything as we have the plate legs. So that is going to do it for the smithing grind. And this poor fella has gone through almost 100,000 bars, so it's maybe time to put you out of your misery. I'm sorry about everything. Alright, let's put them in their respective slot right here at the adamant plate legs. We don't need those anymore, and the melee set is looking pretty damn nice. It's unfortunate that we can't use the rune plate buddy just yet, but the rune chain buddy is going to do just fine for now. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all the support lately on the channel and the videos. We just passed 20,000 subscribers, which is honestly amazing. If you're enjoying the video so far, I'd highly appreciate if you too would consider subscribing the channel. Thank you again, and onwards to 50k, I think. This is a moment I have been waiting for so long with this chunk. Look at all of those runite items. Oh, that's beautiful. Rune scimitar, rune chainmail body, rune plate legs, obviously the berserker helmet, all of this good stuff. You know, we actually look like a really good player at the moment. And all of it self-made with an anvil and runite bars is kind of flabbergasting, I think. It is the perfect time to give this new gear a spin and go and kill some cave crawlers for those bronze boots. These green boots are not really fitting the aesthetic anyways, so I'm really happy to try this out at the cave crawlers and actually do something else than just skilling. For once I get to chase a drop and kill some cave crawlers and, you know, do some combat. I haven't done anything like that in the past like 500-600 hours. Here we go, the Phoenix Layer Cave. We unlocked this already like a couple of episodes ago, I think. And we get to kill some cave crawlers, and this should be pretty easy. They are very low HP, only 22 HP and low defense and everything, so we are going to slap with this new rune scimitar that we have, and we shouldn't take that much damage. The only downside is that these guys can poison you, and I'm not sure how bad the poison is going to be, but we'll see when we maybe get hit with the poison and see if we need to get some... Okay, there it is. 8 poison damage. Oh lord, that's bad. That's bad. Well, I guess I can just eat through it. I don't really have any anti-poisons other than the strange fruit I have gotten from random events, but I want to save that for the Waterbirth Island in the future if we get there. Yeah, we'll just go with this, but you can see the kills are going pretty fast. I already killed like 3 or 4 of those, and yeah, this should be quick. There we go, bronze boots, our chunk task done, and I'm not sure if they look any better than the green boots that we have, maybe a little bit, but yeah, we don't get any strength bonus from these unfortunately, but a little bit more defense bonus, so I guess that's something at least. So yeah, that is a chunk task done. There's only one chunk task left to go until we are completely done with the chunk, and that is of course fletching over 500,000 arrows. Let's get after it. As always, a big thank you for watching and a massive thank you to all the channel members you can see in the screen here for supporting the channel via YouTube memberships. If you want to support the channel, liking and subscribing is the easiest way to do so, and if you want to go the extra mile, you can find a link to the channel membership page in the description box below. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.